Man, sometimes I hate being right. You ever get sick of being right about stuff? And I'm not saying that in a cocky, arrogant way. I truly get sick of seeing my theories and my predictions play out in the world because I don't like my theories and predictions because I don't like the consequences of them if they happen and if they come true. I was saying all the way back 6 months ago, once we found out that Joe Biden was pretty much going to be the 2020 Democrat nominee, I was telling everybody, all my closest friends, right? Hey, Mark, if you're watching this, you heard me say this. I was telling everybody that I knew, publicly and privately, that Joe Biden is not running for president. I mean, technically, yeah, Joe Biden is running for president, but the man is truly demented. I don't understand. I truly don't see how Joe Biden makes it from his door to his car every day. I really don't, man. You hear the things that come out of this man's mouth. He's not all there. I actually kind of pity the guy. I really do. I despise a lot of what he says and a lot of what he stands for. But as a person, just seeing a person deteriorate before our very eyes, to see a person's mental faculty leak out of their ears every time a word comes out of their mouth, it's kind of hard to watch. And there's no way that they're going to have presidential debates. This might be the first presidential election in history where there's no televised debates, or at least in recent history, because when did the debate start? Back in 1960, the Nixon-Kennedy debates. So this might be the first time in 60 years that there have not been televised presidential debates. Maybe they'll do like a Zoom debate. You know, oh God, I hope they have debates. So everybody can see the buffoon that they're voting for in Joe Biden. But anyway, I truly believe that Joe Biden is what's called a placeholder candidate. He's a Manchurian candidate. And basically what a Manchurian candidate is a puppet candidate. It's somebody that you put all this money and all this might and all this clout behind because you have a very deep agenda for selecting that person. Because there's no way that you would nominate that person based on their own merits, on the strength of their ability to be a candidate. I believe that there's no way that they could get a woman president to go up against Trump. They don't want to have a repeat of Hillary again. Everybody thought that Hillary Clinton was going to win back in 2016. They were filming the, the House of Cards Netflix. They got rid of Kevin Spacey. They Me Too'd him out of there. And, and they replaced him with the chick, what was her name, Robin Wright Penn, which was going to be based on Hillary Clinton. They were already gearing up. Everybody was gearing up for us to have our first woman president. Because, again, that's what the Democrats are all about. They can't run on what they truly stand for. So with Barack Obama, the identity politics game they ran on us there is they got him elected based on their race. It was a perversion of the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King. Barack Obama was elected back in 2008, not because of the content of his character, but because of the color of his skin. Affirmative action made its way all the way to the White House. It did. Think about it. Obama as a candidate, the guy had zero experience. He was only a senator for a handful of years. He wasn't even that good of a senator, and yet he got elected. He crushed McCain. Why? Because he was black. Which I was telling all my black friends back in 2008, it's pretty racist to vote for Barack Obama just because he's black. That's what I was telling black people 12 years ago. I'm an OG conservative, man. I've been conservative my whole life. I've been telling people, listen, do not vote for this man just because he's black. Because if you're black and you vote for Obama because he's black, you are a racist. And then, of course, I would get hit back with all the rhetoric of, oh, black people can't be racist. Yes, you damn well can be. You know why it was really racist to vote for Barack Obama because he was black? Because think about that. Flip that coin to the other side. Think about it for a second. Just use your brain with me for a second. If you're a black person and you voted for Barack Obama because he's black, that means that you also voted against John McCain because he's white. That's pretty racist. Millions of black people voted for Barack Obama. Millions, tens of millions. There's 44 black Americans, 44 million Americans, thereabouts, that are African American. So this notion that black people can't be racist because they're minorities and we don't have power, well, what do you call 44 million people that elected a guy because he's black? To me, that sounds racism. You had 44 million people that voted against a white guy because he's white. Okay? Same thing that happened in 2012 with Mitt Romney. Why were people voting to re-elect Barack Obama? Because he's black, man. Oh, so that means you're voting against Mitt Romney because he's white, huh? Yeah, I guess so. I ain't voting for that cracker. That's pretty much what the attitude was of black people. So I digress, but again, that's that identity politics. It's the same thing that happened with Hillary Clinton back in 2016. Everybody voted for Hillary Clinton. Why? Because she had a vagina. Because of her genitalia. That's why they voted for Hillary. Not for anything she stood about, not for any of her policies, not for any of her voting record. And Hillary had plenty of a voting record for us to observe. We had her record as a two-term first lady, all the atrocious health care bills and the crime bill and all this other stuff that she tried to push as the first lady, as the wife of Bill Clinton. Then you look at her record as a senator in New York. Terrible. Her record as Secretary of State under Obama. Terrible. Thanks to her, we got the black slave trade thriving in Libya. I did a whole video on that. I don't want to tangent off that. Check that out when you get a chance on my YouTube channel. But the fact is, Hillary got crushed in 2016. So there's an old saying, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me. So the left is not going to put a woman up against Trump again and lose like Hillary did. They don't want a Hillary 2.0. They don't want a bunch of people on November 3rd going, no! You guys remember that video?
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps away for the inaugural address.
What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America, Donald Trump on the shoulder. You adjust the microphone as you told, man. And for their gracious aid.
I am so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
They don't want that to happen again. No! I'm trying to make sure nobody's like around because I don't want people to think I'm crazy screaming in the park. No! They're not going to repeat that. So what do? They put Grandpa Joe, the sniffer in chief, who likes to sniff behind the ears of 12-year-old girls. Gosh, man, if he ever approached... Anyway. So they're putting Biden in as their puppet Manchurian candidate. I predict that if, and it's a huge if, it's very unlikely, one of two things is going to happen. Biden is either going to take the nomination and then bow out of the race, so that way Kamala Harris can just, boom, she can get right to the top of the ticket without having to run for president nominee. Boom, she just handed the presidential nomination. Or Joe Biden accepts the nomination. He somehow beats Trump, somehow. The only way I think Joe Biden could beat Trump is through mail fraud. If they do this mail-in ballot crap and the Democrats pull their typical stuff, you know, just registering dead black people, you know, dead people, going to the cemetery and collecting names off tombstones. Let's say that they're able to fraud their way into the White House. Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States. Within 6 months, he will resign. Within 6 months, he will step down, and then we will have a President Kamala Harris. That's my prediction. That's the only way that they can get a woman into the White House. That's the only way. At least a woman like Kamala Harris. Now, if they roll out a woman who actually stands for something, she might have a shot. She ain't going to beat Trump, though. That would have to come in 2024. And I wouldn't be surprised if Michelle Obama ran in 2024. I'm just saying. So anyway, guys, sound off in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I'm off with my theory. I just want to make a prediction. It's August 12th, 2020, or August 11th. What is the date today? August 12th, I think it is. Anyway, if you go back and watch this video, it will be time-stamped. It will be date-stamped. And Bobby Hessley went on record saying that Joe Biden is a puppet Manchurian candidate that picked Kamala Harris just so that he can hand her the presidency so that we can have our first woman president. And I got to say, as a Michigander, I'll close by saying this. Take that, Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer. All the abuse that she put the state of Michigan through with all these overreaching shutdowns, all these overreaching quarantines. You know, it's August, man, and gyms still aren't open here. There's millions of businesses that have gone out of business that probably may not ever come back. And Governor Whitmer, Gretchen Whitmer, our Michigan governor, she went through all that for the vice presidential tryouts. And how'd that end up working for you, Gretch? You do all this stuff for your state. You put on this national show in front of everybody about how powerful and how woke you are. And Biden passes you over for Kamala Harris. That's classic. Anyway, guys, God bless, and tell me what you think of my prediction. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.